Hello and welcome to the January update from the Tau team. You're here with me, Fola. Before we get into it, please subscribe to our channel to be in with a chance to get some Tau merch. Some of the merch that I'm wearing right now. Come on. So the first merch you'll see available is the Tau tees, and soon we'll have hoodies and loads of stuff on our merch store on our site. That's going to be coming soon. But also, please subscribe because it also helps YouTube's algorithm know that our content is really good, and that helps us grow and expand the community members. So we're going to be growing all of our community channels from Reddit to Twitter to Telegram and especially YouTube. So yeah, without further ado, I'll get into the first question on our Q&A questions. So the first question is from Ronin, and they ask, what are the features of our blockchain/mainnet? Will it be EVM compatible? And what about TPS, that's transactions per second, and ZK Snark privacy features?
The main features of Tau, of course, the main feature is that it's user controlled. But beyond that, the EVM compatibility, we're not thinking about it right now. However, with respect to ZK Snarks, it's funny you should mention that because just this month we've been talking about that, and ZK Snarks have a similarity to a feature that we're working on, which is proof of execution. So there will be some features that are similar to ZK Snark, but not exactly the same. And the reason we're using it is not necessarily for privacy reasons, but we're looking at increasing not just TPS, but the throughput for smart contracts in general on the blockchain. So yeah, some of those features are in the roadmap, EVM, not so much, but maybe if users really want it in the future.
All right, excellent. This next one is focused on Andre, and they ask, does a teacher or student need Agoras to take part in using the video chat classroom under Agoras Live?
Yeah, of course. The initial design of Agoras Live is that it uses Agoras tokens as the internal cryptocurrency for everything inside Agoras Live. So yes, they will need to have Agoras tokens for sure.
And another one on Agoras Live from Plato, and they ask, can teachers upload video lectures in Agoras Live?
In its current state, in Agoras Live, the teacher can record a session and it will be available to download. And in future, we may consider the feature of uploading a separate video and the video hosting platform in some way, but it must be done in decentralized way, and it's a really tough question. We will have to decide later.
And another question from Ronin, and they ask, throughout the years of Tau Chain being developed, lots of projects have come up and acquired footing next to Ethereum. What are your thoughts on the structure and working of Phantom, Matic, Avalanche, Polygon, Cosmos, and Cardano? Right. Well, what I would say is, I mean, we can't really dive too deep into the other projects. And I personally don't know in depth all of these other projects and how they're structured. But I know a lot of these projects are trying to achieve something similar to us in terms of a decentralized governance and a way to really build the future and take advantage of what Bitcoin started. But what we are doing is far more in depth and far more stronger in actually solving the problems of governance in the crypto space and software and things of that nature. So in terms of their footing next to Ethereum, I do believe that our footing will be alongside that, if not greater, in the future. Next question is by Ronin, and they ask, as a follow-up towards the previous question of the other heavyweight blockchains, Do you expect for these protocols to eventually want to bridge or have a cross-chain working towards our blockchain for integration of our offering? And if so, what would this mean for the Agoras token itself?
These other blockchains for now are mostly about scaling transactions per second. So they each have their own consensus mechanism to get away from proof of work and arrive at consensus much faster and achieve higher TPS. As you all know, Agoras is and the Tau blockchain is a lot more ambitious. We're addressing much more fundamental features and requirements for blockchains or any other software project in terms of governance and user involvement in the project. So, which is a big issue for DAOs and blockchains. So once Agoras or Tau is able to achieve that that ideal of user governance model, we expect other blockchains to adopt our model without necessarily changing how they do things, but how their governance mechanism and how they evolve, could definitely be based on Tau. Now, will that require actual cross-chain functionality? Yeah, that would be one way of doing it, basically bridging their chain to our chain so they can use our governance model. And of course, that would be very good for the Agoras token once that happens, because then we achieve automated transactions back and forth between those chains. So that's all possible in the future.
And this question is from Red, and they ask, hi, do you have any plans for a single-sided staking of Agoras in the short term? Right now, we do not. So I'll answer that very quickly. And they ask next, further on, they say, I remember hearing that initial purchase of the token can hold them in their Omni wallet and are to be rewarded for it once mainnet goes live. But what about those who bought through exchanges and also held for years? All right, so if you purchased off an exchange and you've held your tokens in your wallet and you haven't moved your tokens since August 2017, you're also eligible to receive the bonus, and that bonus will be given to you based on holding your tokens until we release the final Tau product. That's the complete Tau. So you don't have to just purchase from the initial token sale. So long as you've held from August 1st, 2017, you'll also be getting that bonus. And that's it for the Q&A questions. Thank you very, very much. So let's get into the business team update. And I always start it off with Carolina. So let's get into it.
Thank you, Paula. So this week, we've done a lot of work on the Agoras portion of the tau.net website, which is already live, and I hope everyone had a chance to check it out. We are working on the content and the design simultaneously, and once we're done, the tau.net website will be sort of a summary of the full extensive website that we've also started outlining. We have been fine-tuning the final copy of the Agoras page earlier today, so I think it's safe to say that the job here is almost done. I've also been working on our PR matters, so I've been creating a PR trigger list, which will serve as a tool for planning articles about any noteworthy product and company updates and events. And this is a list that will be continuously updating, so we never run out of topics. And another important task for the marketing team this whole month, it's safe to say, has been working on the visual language of Tau. So right now, the illustrations that we're using on the Tau.net website are not the final illustrations. We're working on something much more exciting and much more interesting. And we're collaborating closely with our designer, Steve, who also designed the logos for us. And he should be coming back to us with another iteration of the illustrated Tau concepts next week. So that is something that I'm really looking forward to seeing. So that's my update. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carolina. And I'll pass it over to Killian. Take the mic.
Thanks, Fola, and hi, everybody. So this month, some really exciting things happened again. Mostly the business team has been working on getting the content side of the project right. So one thing I've been working on was the onboarding of Smitha, the YouTuber. We've been having the interview some months ago already, and we're finalizing the process, the relationship basically right now, and hopefully you'll soon see some really exciting content by her around Tau on our YouTube channel. Then also something I've been working on that relates to that as well is to aggregate more YouTube influencers, this time focusing more on YouTubers that are focusing on logic rather than just machine learning or artificial intelligence. So the goal is to have like not just one person publish interesting content on our YouTube channel, but like have a variety of different professionals of different fields who can share their expertise and knowledge around these topics connected to Tau on our YouTube channel. Then also, as Carolina stated, a lot of work has been gone into designing the website content together with Fuller and Carolina. And we're still on it, but hopefully maybe even next month you'll see the revamped website in its fullest. And also I've been working on outreach and follow-up with scientific researchers as well as scientific writers. Last meeting we had Majid here be on the call. Unfortunately, he had an accident, and that's why he cannot be with us anymore. But that's why we're looking for a replacement in that regard, and the search is still continuing. Then I've been doing some pitch deck refinements, and also we've presented the pitch to one long-term community member and potential investor, which was also an interesting event to hear his feedback. And we're currently handing the presentation to a designer that we have in the team now, who's giving the presentation a revamp to be able to then also create a YouTube video where we present the pitch deck, and so that you are able to also be able to take a look at it. Then we've also worked on onboarding Jamie, also a very long-term community member. We've onboarded him to help us also with the content side of things. Well, one could say in terms of two goals. First of all, to help grow the community. So Jamie will help us by managing the Twitter account, the Reddit, the Tau Reddit, the Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups. I mean, like, he will help us share content around Tau on these in these groups. And secondly, Jamie will also help us educate our community and through creating video tutorial content, for example, on TML. And that's on that side. The community member of the month is Andrew, for the reason that he basically volunteered to help Jamie on especially the video tutorial side of things for TML. So we appreciate that a lot. And the award is yours. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's it from me so far. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much, Killian. And just sort of to repeat and jump on what Carolina and Killian have already said, I've been working on the website flat out, really refining the content and the copy. We really want to get this right. And what we intend to do is basically redirect idni.org to tau.net. So that will be our main site. We won't have two websites. And then there'll be another site which we'll be building alongside this current site, which will be the real tau.net website, which is already underway as well, which is what Carolina jumped on earlier and mentioned that we're working with Steve on. And we've got some really, really cool ideas in the pipes in terms of how we visualize Tau. Because as you guys know, that a lot of people say to us, how do you visualize Tau? Like, how can you sort of put a product into place which is designed to change? And we've got some really cool concepts in mind. So getting Steve's latest iterations is gonna be really interesting, because I think we've come to a place that can really show Tau's power, and it looks really, really that will look really, really interesting too. On top of that, I've also been working on the hiring, adding people to the team. Killian mentioned that we have a designer, but we've also added another web designer and a front-end developer for our website, so we can quickly spin up and test sites and just test things out. So that's really good. Also hired someone on the SEO side as well, just basically building everything we need for the website and the content. So we're going to be building and fleshing that team out much more. So I mean, for us right now, it would be, the main focus is once we have this website, then we can start to really push a ton of content out there across lots of different channels and a lot of different media. But main focus is really focusing on getting this this website looking really good. Yeah, so that's from my side. Beyond that, again, as always, a lot of the behind the scenes sort of like team management and just like simple stuff, all the simple stuff. Yeah, so that's it. Again, thank you so much for tuning into the business team update. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Do not lurk. Subscribe, and be in with a chance to win some Tau merch. On our new site, we will have a merch store as well to get Tau merch, and yeah, this is the first of the merch, so get involved. All right, see you on the development team update. Cheers.